So the new Galaxy Tab A9 is basically the replacement or updated version of the Galaxy Tab A7 Lite. And yeah, it looks a little more modern, but is it really that much better? Well, let's get started. These two are going to be some of the most affordable tablets you can get from Samsung, at normally around $160 for the A7 Lite and around $200 or so for the Tab A9. But of course you can get the A7 Lite quite a bit cheaper since it's been available for some time now. You've got much better storage options now, where it used to be 32 and 64 gigabytes for the A7 Lite. Now it starts with 64, but you also have 128 gigabytes available. It also has more RAM with 4 or 8 gigabytes versus only 4, 3, or in some cases only 2 gigabytes of RAM for the A7 Lite. Nice thing is both have cellular versions. You can also use a micro SD card for each to expand the storage. When it comes to screen sizes, these two are almost identical. They both have an 8.7-inch TFT LCD display with 800 by 1340 resolution. The Tab A9 does seem to be a little bit brighter, maybe have slightly better viewing angles. Nice thing is the Tab A9 is widevine L1 for apps like Netflix, so you can watch stuff at least at full HD playback resolution, where the A7 Lite is only SD playback with widevine L3. So even though it's not 1080p resolution, it's still a nice upgrade in screen quality for the Galaxy Tab A9. As far as batteries go, you've got a 5100 milliamp hour battery in both tablets. Not a huge surprise here, but they both last about the same at just over 6 hours in my battery drain test. It should have plenty of power to last you a day or so with mixed usage, even longer if you turn the screen brightness down. You really can't go wrong with either when it comes to battery life. As far as software goes, they're both on Android 13, One UI 5.1 for the A7 Lite, One UI 5.1.1 on the Tab A9. So they're going to be very similar, only a few small details, like how it's called Samsung Free now instead of Samsung O left of the home screen, but you're going to have the same edge panels over on the side. Notification shade looks pretty much the same. You've also got a taskbar down at the bottom on both tablets. You're going to be able to do a lot of the same things on both tablets. Unfortunately, you don't get Samsung DeX on either one, and the S Pen's not going to work with either one, but you could just use a regular capacitive active stylus if you wanted to. It's not going to be even close to the S Pen, but still better than nothing in my opinion. The main difference is going to be how much longer the A7 Lite will be supported. I believe it's going to get Android 14 and security updates until at least the end of 2025, and then pretty similar with the Tab A9 with at least 2 to 3 years software updates, at least 4 years security updates. And then probably the biggest difference between these two tablets is gonna be the performance. Not a huge surprise here, but with the Tab A9 being 2 years newer, it feels quite a bit faster, boots up way faster than the A7 Lite, and it's gonna feel smoother overall with just about everything that you would do on here. The Tab A9 has a MediaTek Helio G99 versus Helio P22 in the A7 Lite. Now it's still considered entry-level specs, but compared to the A7 Lite, it's a nice improvement in performance. And then sort of the same thing with gaming. Things are going to load a little faster, play a little bit smoother on some games, but you can play games like PUBG Mobile and Asphalt 9 fairly smooth on both tablets. The size of these tablets are almost perfect for gaming, in my opinion. Bigger than a cell phone, but not so big that they're too heavy. So I think as long as you know what to expect performance-wise, most people will enjoy gaming on both tablets. But if you want the tablet with better gaming performance and just performance in general, it's going to be a pretty easy win for the Tab A9. Nice thing is you've got a headphone jack on both tablets. Not really sure how much longer we're gonna see those. Now as far as the speakers go on these two, they're surprisingly louder than you would think, considering the size. Both have one speaker on each side with Dolby Atmos, but it almost sounds like the older A7 Lite is a tad bit louder. Probably too close to call though. Here's a quick sample of each just to give you an idea of what they sound like. Now, of course, with entry-level tablets like these, some things are just not going to be that great. And that's the case when it comes to the cameras. You've got an 8 megapixel rear facing, 2 megapixel front facing on both tablets. Yeah, only 2 megapixels in 2023. That kind of tells you the story right there. But if you want to use these for Zoom meetings and other video conference calls, personally, I would just use my cell phone. You'll get much better results. But here's a quick sample of each just to give you an idea of what to expect. So as you can see, there's some nice upgrades going from the A7 Lite up to the Tab A9. I'm just not sure if it's enough of an upgrade for some people. I guess I was hoping for at least 1080p resolution, but at least you do have the option of 8 gigabytes of RAM with 128 gigabyte storage for the Tab A9, which is definitely a big upgrade over the A7 Lite. I know I've got a couple more comparisons with the Tab A9 that I'm working on, plus a lot of other tablets, so you'll want to keep an eye out for those upcoming videos. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.